It's like what are some of the key factors you put into closing a deal that move the needle faster?
We do a 5-day how to raise capital challenge for that very reason. It's an hour a day because there are so many elements that go into it that really reduce and remove a lot of the friction that typically people experience when it comes to fundraising. And, this is something that I've kind of perfected over a good deal of time. And my first couple of checks, 5, 10, 50 grand. And my largest capital commitment was a $100 million term sheet out of New York. And full disclosure, that wasn't a real estate business. That was an operating company. It was a different facility. But regardless, what I'm trying to share with you guys is the process is the same, whether it's 5 grand or 100 million. It's mentally people go through the same stages because it's money. Money is money. It's kind of the equalizer, right? So I have and Nick and Carlene know this well. You guys can pick their brains to infinity about it. I have something called the EASY system, which is easy is exclusive, abundant, scarce in your allocation. So Doug, in the context of, let's just say we've done the rapport building, you've asked your questions, whatever it is, going through, call it a closing process. E exclusive is, what are the 2 or 3 things that make your deal it makes sense. And don't talk to me about going in cap rates. Don't talk to me about vacancy rates. Don't tell me things that are Greek to me. If I'm a business owner that runs a distribution business and I make a ton of money, I'm not stupid, but I don't understand your business. So speak plainly. So tell me things like, there's 100 units and the rents are $300 a month below where they should be. Tell me it's on the corner of Main and Main and there's 10,000 cars that drive by a day. Tell me it's across the street from the hospital and there's a bunch of nurses moving in. Tell me things that I, as a layperson, could go, yeah, you know what, that actually makes a ton of sense. Tell me there's nowhere to live. Tell me there's a 3-month waiting list across the street on the other building. Tell me things that just easily demonstrate the value of an asset. A, for abundance, it's important that you can demonstrate that they're not your only option. The worst thing you could do is position a deal almost like, what do you think? Are you going to bless, basically, or you're looking for their confirmation? No. You need to come across as, I'm doing this. Like, this is happening. I have lots of people to talk to. There's lots of people that are interested. I thought of you because we didn't get to work together on last opportunity. And, I'm just trying to figure out if this is something that could potentially work for you. It's not arrogant, guys. It's just, I'm doing this. This is happening. I'm going here. Do you want to come? Like, my team knows that we're doing this. We're buying these buildings. We're going. Pack your shit. Like, we're going. Right? So it's happening. And your investor needs to understand that you're committed to the process. S, scarcity. You create scarcity in 2 ways. One is time. So you're closing on X day. And this is where people, use the one deal as a crutch, because in fact, when you're closing one deal, not a fund, then you have the crutch of, well, I'm closing this deal on this day. And then the other form of scarcity is the capital. So in other words, you only need $1 million. You'll need $3 million. You need 500 grand, whatever it is, that's all you need. And once you have your allocation done, you're through. So you can say things like, look, it sounds like you're interested. My challenge is that at this point, I only have $500,000 left. As I mentioned, I have got a bunch of people I got to call back here. I've got about 8 people I need to talk to still. My average investor does about 150,000. So I'm only really looking for 2 more investors to participate on this transaction. That's your S, your scarcity. Your Y is your allocation. So I would say something like, look, obviously you're going to need more information, but if everything did check out and the due diligence was what you needed it to be, what amount would you consider investing?